Hi Stitchy friends, and welcome to my Flosstube channel. My name is Kenzie from Mudpuppy Stitchery, and I am a cross-stitch designer. I am a bird nerd and a wildlife lover, and I enjoy doing all of the crafty things. So if you're new, welcome. I hope you like what you see, and I hope that you'll continue to follow up with me on all my future videos. And for my current subscribers, thank you so very much for your continued support. I greatly appreciate it. I hope everybody has been doing well and enjoying their spooky fall season. Like I say every time, it has been non-stop busy, especially with work for me. But I had actually flown out on October 16th to New York City with my coworkers on a work trip. And it overall went really well. It's just been extremely exhausting. And as I'm sure you can tell, I caught a really bad cold on the way back. Luckily it's not COVID, but I've been recovering from that as well. So if I'm sniffling and my voice sounds a little bit weird, that is why. But I've been one of the main planners on this trip, and so we've been working on it for the past 6 months, and it has been so much work. So it's an annual meeting that happens usually around this time of the year, and we have around 75 study coordinators and doctors from 8 different institutions that attend. So we've been planning out all of the flights, the hotels, the catering, the dinner events, the content of course, and then we'll be dealing with all of the reimbursement on the back end. So overall, things went quite well with a few minor hiccups, as to be expected of course, but I did take some extra time off after the retreat to rest, and I'm so glad I did because I got sick and I've just needed sleep, lots and lots of sleep. But the coolest thing that happened is that I was able to see Lion King on Broadway, and that was my first Broadway musical, and it was of course incredible, as I thought it would be. But there are several times where my jaw literally dropped at what I was seeing and hearing on stage, and it was absolutely brilliant. If you ever get a chance to see a Broadway musical, especially Lion King, take that opportunity. You will not regret it. And I also got a really cool cup, so very happy about that. But besides all of that, I have moved into a house. I moved mid-September in with TJ from my apartment, and it has been so much work. So much work. And I always feel like we forget how much stuff we have until we actually have to move it. But right now we are in the boxes everywhere stage, but I have my essentials out and ready to use, so that's helpful. But I am hoping over the next 6 months that I can slowly unpack box by box so it's not so overwhelming all at once. But we'll definitely get there. It's a process. It is a process. I have to keep telling myself that. But I'm gonna have to figure out a better way to decorate this backdrop, but we're gonna go with it for now. You might have also noticed, if you're a regular viewer, that the camera quality is significantly better. I am actually using TJ's fancy Canon EOS camera, so everything should be much clearer and overall better looking. But you'll have to tell me down below if you can tell a difference in both the picture and the audio. Again, this is kind of just an experiment right now, and so fingers crossed that this is gonna turn out okay. So before we jump into the stitchy crafty stuff, let's take a little dive into a section I like to call Wildlife Minute. And this is where we talk about wildlife, biology, animals, and anything that strikes my fancy. So you'll learn something new, and hopefully it will encourage you to take a deeper dive into the wonders of the natural world. So if you're not interested and want to skip to the crafty stuff, fast forward to this time point. So I'm sure everybody here has heard of crows, blue jays, and magpies, right? But did you know that they are actually related? So there's this really cool biological organization system called Taxonomy, where it groups like things together into a tree-like structure. And so organisms are arranged on the same branch or a branch that is attached. Those organisms are going to be more related than organisms that are on a completely different branch. And they are separated into 8 groups, starting with domain, and then kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species, with the most specific being species and the most broad being domain. So let me give you an example. So let's take a look at our taxonomic tree versus an American crow's taxonomic tree. So let's start at the top. Humans and crows are both in the same domain, eukarya, because we're both not bacteria and we're not archaea. So the next level down makes a little bit more sense, I promise. We are both in the animal kingdom, which means we're not in the plant kingdom, we're not in the fungi kingdom, and we're not in the protista kingdom. So we are in the animal kingdom. And we're in the same phylum, Chordata, because of our spinal cords. And the interesting thing is, this is where we split off at the class, where crows are class Aves, i.e. birds, and we split off into the mammals. What's really interesting is that crows, ravens, blue jays, and magpies, they are all in the same family, Corvidae, which basically makes them cousins. And some characteristics of corvids, they are known to be extremely smart, and I am talking extremely smart. They are actually known for using tools to get at food. They have been known to pass on information from generation to generation. Like, we're going to avoid flying over this area because it's dangerous, and so that knowledge gets passed on to their children and their children's children. And they are really great imitators. So they will imitate a larger predator like a red-tailed hawk to scare away other birds from a potential food resource. So what I would tell my bird classes when I used to teach at an environmental education facility is, do not be mean to corvids. You shouldn't be mean to birds at all anyway, but especially do not be mean to corvids, because they will remember your face. And if they don't like you, they're going to tell that to their children, and their children are not going to like you, and they're going to tell that to their grandchildren, and their grandchildren are not going to like you because they pass information generationally. But corvids are so darn cool, and especially during this time of the year, they are highlighted a lot in our fall and Halloween imagery and decorations because they're just really interesting, spooky, mysterious birds. So I hope the next time that you see a crow or a raven or a blue jay, that you'll have a better appreciation for their tenacity and intelligence. Now, let's get on to the stitching and the crafting. Let's jump right into it. So to be honest, because I've been so busy and exhausted, I don't have a ton of progress to show you, but I do have a couple cross-stitching and crochet whips, and I thought that I would also show you some stitchy haul and some really neat older bird charts that I was generously gifted. So let's start out with a small finish. I started and finished a Freaky Fair Isle by Barbie the Petal Pusher, and this was a stitch along hosted by Helen D here on Flosstube and Carla at Cobweb Corner. So as you can see, he is a cute little bat, and this is how I stitched him. So I stitched him on an 18 count navy Aida, and instead of the called for floss, I used DMC 4000, which is a really beautiful browny, bluey, tannish variegated floss. And he wasn't initially showing up super well in the navy fabric, and so I filled in the negative space with a cream colored DMC, and I think that really made things pop. So I'm really quite happy with how he turned out, and it was a really fun quick stitch along. As far as fully finishing it, I am planning on painting this wooden board that I had bought at Joann's, and I'm not sure what color yet, and I plan on attaching him right in the middle here. Because he's really small, I needed something to go around him to take up a little bit more space. And I started looking online for some really cute little bat poems, and then came across this perfect one by Edward Lear. And it is, B was a bat who slept all day and fluttered about when the sun went away. So I absolutely loved that. And I think I'm going to change the B was a bat to Little Brown Bat, because that's an actual species name of a bat that we have here in Minnesota, Little Brown Bat. So the words will just go around here and here. And I'm really excited to get this fully finished. And because bats are incredibly cool and extremely important, this will be out and displayed all year round. So let's start talking about some of my cross-stitching whips or works in progress. The first one you have definitely seen before is my Owl Forest Embroidery 100 Owls piece, and I got a little bit more progress on it. Not too much, but a little bit. This is being stitched on 18 count moss by My Vintage Needle Arts, and as you can see, I worked a little bit on getting this middle tree put in, but I wasn't able to fully finish the motif. But let me open it all up so you can see the full thing. But I have been stitching on this since 2021, and I really need to get my butt in gear to get this done because it is just so beautiful. And I'm really enjoying it. It's just a really big piece. And I think I am going to restitch this guy right here. See if I can get the lighting to work. That guy right there. Just because I chose a tan color for his face and for his belly, and I think it looks really awful against the super light purple. So I think he's gonna get ripped out and restitched. But like I was saying before, this piece is beautiful. I just gotta keep working on it. The last cross stitch whip that I worked on was a stitch along with Lorrie the Mischievous Stitcher and Barefoot Needle Arts, and it is called October 31st by Cottage Garden Samplings. And this is what he looks like. And this stitch along is still going on, and you are more than welcome to come join in. We would love more people to join. So if you are interested, please take a look at my show notes for more information and for the hashtag that we're posting to use this on Instagram. So please take a look at that and please come join us. So this is being stitched on 18 count Cornflower by Fiber on a Whim, and I am loving working on this beautiful fabric. It is so very soft. And I just have a little bit of the border done, and I want to complete the border fully before I start on the crow. And yes, this is why I did the Corvid Wildlife Minute this episode. But yeah, it is just an absolutely beautiful design, and I will be removing the October 31st portion right here in the corner, just because Corvids are around all year round, and so this design will be displayed all year round in my house. So I'm going to keep plugging away on him, and I've been really enjoying working on him. But please, again, if you're interested, please feel free to join in our stitch along and post your progress along with us on Instagram. So those are all the cross stitch pieces that I have worked on, which is pitifully sad. But I do have a couple crochet whips that I've been working on, and I have a lot of other stitchy goodness to share, so I hope you'll stick around for that. But I've been really enjoying crochet a lot more recently because it is a lot more mindless than cross stitching, and with me being so tired, I needed something easy and mindless to work on. So I actually finished this bandana end of September, and this was kind of an experiment more than anything else. So I started this in June of this year, and I used a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. But for this, I followed a YouTube tutorial by CloudPusher, and I will make sure to link them down below. And this was a really great learning experience for me. But I have never done any sort of, I guess you would call it lace work. And CloudPusher really goes step by step and shows the pattern on screen. So I was actually able to learn how to read a crochet pattern along with that. So it was really fun, really challenging. I don't think this style of bandana really suits me, but I'm glad I tried it and I'm glad I finished it. The other crochet whip that I worked on was a cardigan pattern by AC Crochets here on YouTube. And I've been working on this since May of this year, and it's been really fun and really easy, quite relaxing too. So here is the back panel. And I've also got the two front panels done. And I'm loving the color of this. This is Fern by Lion brand, and the texture of this stitch is really, really nice. And then I am currently working on one of the sleeves. So I am just going to keep plugging away on this, and I can tell that I'm definitely going to be making several of these in lots of different colors. So it will be perfect for the upcoming winter season. Started a new project a couple days ago on Friday, October 13th, because my friend just gave birth to a little girl that same day, and I was really inspired to make a super quick baby blanket. But Shiloh from X-Stitch MD here on Flosstube initially inspired me with her huge granny square blanket, and so I immediately ran out to Joann's and bought the cutest yarn. But I am using Lion brand ice cream yarn in the color Oob. Lots of fun variegation there. And then I am using this Baby Soft Lion King brand yarn in the color Twinkle Print. So it's got, it's like a whitish yarn with little pink and blue and yellow sprinkles. So super cute. And I got quite a lot of progress on this, and I absolutely love the colors together. But they are so happy and fun. And this is how it's turning out. I did do a lot of crocheting on my New York trip, and so I was able to get a ton of progress on this. But this has been a nice palette cleanser in between other projects, and it is so easy and mindless and repetitive, and I love it. So that has been everything that I've been working on this past month and a half. I'd like to show you a couple designs that I've acquired recently, and one of them is Possum Mama by NeedleLot Designs on Etsy. Their patterns are absolutely fantastic. I definitely encourage you to check them out. They're so darn cute. And I thought this one was especially adorable because who doesn't love possums? So cute. And then I also downloaded this freebie that Michelle from Mama Loves You GB had mentioned, and I'm going to hold it back because there isn't a cover page on it. But this is Pumpkin Blossom In by Pinker and Punkin Quilting. That's really hard to say. And so more Corvids. But I just love this one. I love the colors in this one. The design is just so darn cute, and I can't wait to do it. I wanted to show you guys some stitchy kindness that I received in the mail from a subscriber named Patty, and oh my goodness, she definitely spoiled me. So first off, she sent off this stunning card of a golden eagle, and it is now proudly displayed in my bookcase in my living room because it is just beautiful. And she also sent me this huge amount of older bird charts from her collection that she wasn't going to stitch, but she knew that I would enjoy. So the most interesting thing is that a lot of these older bird charts, they are actually hand charted, which is fascinating, and that will definitely make a unique challenge, to say the least. But I'd love to quickly go through each one. So to start off with, we've got Crosswing Collection Alpha Birds, and this one is absolutely spectacular. Try to get in close. The glare from the plastic is getting in the way. But this is an absolutely must stitch. I love this one. So cool. So we've got that one. And then we also have the Australian Wildflowers for Embroiderers, which is just beautiful. And here's some of the examples on the back. Let's see if I can flip through a couple pages. So pretty. Here's another one. Just beautiful. Alright, and then the next one I got was a Stony Creek collection, Nature's Best for the Bath. So lots of cute little charts in there. Some more in the back. With lots of floss included, which is awesome. And then we of course have the Prairie Schooler Birds and Berries. This is a classic. I love, love, love this one. This is Harmony Lotus Pond by Serendipity Designs. This one is so pretty. Alright, and then one of my favorites, this is Majestic Birds of Prey. Eagle, we've got a golden eagle. Loving that one. So cool. A lot of birds of prey in flight. I love the osprey. Some really, really cool designs. So definitely a must stitch. We got Nature's Notebook. So pretty. I love that there's a nice variety in each one too. Alright, we have Birds and Animals in Cross Stitch. 42 charted designs of lovebirds, koalas, angelfish, butterflies, and other colorful creatures. And as you guys know, I love Australia and all of their critters, so this was perfect. And it even has some fish, which is really cool. Love that. And we're still going. And we have Autumn Spirit. Super pretty. And then last but not least, we have Birds of North America. I love this one. So pretty. We also have a couple on the back. So absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much, Patty. That was so incredibly kind and so thoughtful of you, and I appreciate you so very much. Last but not least, I wanted to share a freebie chart from the Blue Flower, just in time for Halloween. And it's this absolutely adorable little chart of puppies and ghost costumes, and I think it would be such a fun, quick, and easy stitch. But I will make sure to link that down below if you're interested in downloading the freebie. Alright, Stitchy friends, that is all that I have for you today. I hope that you've enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please like the video, please comment down below. Please check out my Etsy page, which will also be linked down below. And please follow me at Mudpuppy Stitchery on Instagram to keep an eye on what I'm doing in between videos. So I appreciate you so very much, and I hope to see you in about a month. So take care, do some bird watching, and stitch all of the things. Bye-bye!